We are going to go for a quick spin and we are going to piss off my neighbors, I promise you. This car sounds really good and it's not quiet. So we'll get in and go for a quick spin. And it'll be fun. I'll show you how good this thing runs. It runs awesome. Ever seen one of those before? We'll talk about that some other day. It always fires up immediately. Right here is on, and then you hit the button, and we are good to go. The gas gauge does not work, but it's an easy fix. The tank's exposed, and it's just I believe it's just the sending unit, so it should be a pretty easy fix. That was $5 grand. Alright, let's really piss him off though. I'm not going to take any corners very fast because we do have kids in the neighborhood. God, this car sounds good. The brakes don't normally squeak like that, but we did just wash it, so maybe that's why the brakes squeaking a little bit. Second gear in this car is absolutely perfect. No synchro problems. It's absolutely perfect. I've owned a lot of these cars in the past, earlier GTVs, 69, 74. Anyway, they've all had synchro problems. This has zero synchro problems. And that's it. It's awesome. I hate to let her go. I'm going to try and make this video while my neighbor's not cutting trees down. Somehow we live in Las Vegas, don't have a lot of trees, but somehow he's been cutting trees all day. So hopefully we can make this quick. Anyway, this is my 79 GTV Alfetta. I've owned some in the past. I had a 69, the body style before this, 74. And I actually used to track my 69. It was an amazing car. But this is a 79. And I have not used it on the track, but it does run fantastic. I bought it to get some track days in, and my neighbor's cutting again. I bought it to get some track days in, and it's just not going to happen. And anyways, I'm going to sell it and move on. It's super solid. These things don't come as solid as this is, and I'm kind of a sucker for anything without rust. This thing is awesomely solid. And I'll show you. It's more solid than any of the other ones I had in the past. They were really, growing up in Detroit, getting those where there were some real rust buckets, but not this, man. This one is really solid, and I will show you, and I'll point out the flaws that it does have. It is a race car. One thing is the mirror is missing. I haven't bought one, but the mirror is missing. So it's going to need a mirror. The graphics were done somewhere along the line. I don't know who it was, but it wasn't the owner I got it from. But the graphics were done. They're not particularly to my taste. I have a lot of ideas of what I was planning to do with it. But now, I'm not going to, and you can do whatever you want with it. Oh, here, it's the only weird spot on the whole body is that there. I don't know why exactly that's the way it is, because it's definitely not a Bondo buggy. I don't think there's Bondo in there, but I think that split from the factory at some point is my guess. Cutting trees again. Okay, that asshole's not cutting at the moment, so I don't even remember what I was saying, but the car is very solid. Super, super rust free, but I will show you any of the problems. It is a race car, it's been gutted, we'll show you that. It's got this handy dandy spoiler that was built here for it. I'm sure that does nothing. It's got a little dirt back there that just need to unscrew those and get the dirt out. That's all you see, it's not like it's rust. They upgraded the taillights to GTV somewhere along the line. And this is where it starts getting interesting. And I'll show you underneath. But it has 5-lug wheels. 79 should have 4-lug wheels, which means it's a GTV 6 underneath. I don't know how much of it is because I didn't build the car. I don't have a build sheet for the car. I don't know what they've done to the motor, but I will get underneath the car and show you the stuff that they did do. It's awesome. The car runs awesome, goes through the neighborhood awesome. I just went screwing through the neighborhood a little earlier and pissed off all my neighbors, but that's how I roll over here. You'll see how fun it is to drive, and I'm telling you, these things are so much fun to drive. It's as fun to drive as this thing over here, and I'm not kidding. It's just different, but it's that much fun to drive. Let me show you the inside. I don't know how this floor looks on camera, but none of that's rust. It's just completely solid. The steering wheel is, you can pull it off, removable. I can get in, I'm 6 foot, 215 pounds. I can get in here just fine with the steering wheel in place, but you can remove it. To show you it has no rust. You know, underneath these doors are usually horrible. Again, I'm from Detroit, and I've seen what rust looks like. This isn't it. Oh, my neighbor is chainsawing again. It says 30,000 miles. I don't know if that's true or not, but I got to tell you, from looking at the body, I can't see why it isn't. Even the paint is pretty good. Does it have truly 30,000 miles on it? I don't know. The gas gauge is not working. I think it's a sending unit, which is real easy to get to, and you'll see when I show you the back. The second gear synchro. Second gear in this car is perfect. It's like the tranny has been rebuilt. I don't know if it's been rebuilt, but it shifts perfectly like it's new. None of these do. Okay, maybe we have another chainsaw break. You can see the custom roll bar or roll cage. I don't know who makes it, who put it in, but it looks like it was done pretty well to me. Looks like it was made for this car. I don't know how well you can see that. We'll go around to the other side. You probably can't see that at all. All I see is a reflection. And there is a fire suppression system. I don't know anything about it, who put it in, but there's the knob for it, and I don't know, I guess that runs to it. And let me move this seat. Move the seat, and here it is back here. And there's a nozzle right there. I don't know anything about it. I didn't put it in here. I haven't used it, and I'm not going to use it. So take your safety in your own hands and decide whether you want to change it out or how you need to test it or whatever's got to be done. I don't know anything about it. The car starts, you just flip the switch all the way to the left up, and then the button, you press the button, and this car starts perfect every time. Starts perfect every time. The car did sit for a little while before I got it, and what we did was took out the gas tank and had it boiled or whatever the hell they do nowadays. It didn't even need it, but we did it anyways, and it runs absolutely perfect, starts perfect. I couldn't be happier with it. I mean, it is ready to go at the track. Let me show you the motor. Here's the engine. If it looks a little wet anywhere, I did spray it off a little bit when I was cleaning the car. I cleaned it before I made this video. So if it looks a little wet, that's why, and I hate doing engine compartments. Something I usually don't ever do, but for some reason I did. But I did run it afterwards, and you'll see the video of that where we run through the neighborhood screaming a little bit. I do not know what's been done to the motor, cam or anything. I have no idea. I don't know what they've done to the motor. I don't have a build sheet. I have nothing. I have no information of whoever even did it. But I could tell you they did a great job. Here, there's part of your suppression system. I can tell you they did a great job because it runs phenomenal, which you'll see in the video. Here's the rear of the car with the newly boiled tank. Back of your seats. Why am I showing that? I have no idea. Here's the fancy prop that it comes with. You get that with it. You can see how rust-free it is. Now I'll show you the rust that it does have, but it's very slight. I don't know if you can see it around that, whatever you call it, that little seal there. And then a little over here. And that's the only rust I know of on the entire car. It's super rust-free. You know, I'm assuming at some point some water sat in there, and that's why. And then here's the only other spot, but it's just kind of surface rust. That probably looks a lot worse than it is. But this baby does not have rust, other than what I just showed you, which in my book isn't rust. You know, you can see how clean it is here. It's clean, baby. I'm going to show you underneath the car. We're underneath. Here's the twice pipes. You can see they're actually in really good shape. Probably needs to be cleaned a little bit, but they're nice. I don't think the car's barely even ran with it. Let me show you underneath. Scoot in as much as I can. You can see how dry this is. I don't know what kind of mods they made to it, but you can see it's all in good shape. You know, I believe it's all been done fairly recent, or just didn't have a lot of use on it. Let me see what else I can get under. We're underneath some more. You can see the plug. We're under the, it's actually where the driver's floorboard is with feet. You can see where that, I don't know what it's called, but you can see the air coming through there. That's not rust or anything like that. I'm sure it has a name. I don't know what it's called. It does have a muffler, even though it's pretty stout. I wasn't even sure it had a muffler, but it does. It looks like it's all stainless steel. You can see how solid this stuff is underneath. We are on the passenger side. And here we are underneath the front of the car. Car just doesn't get used. Also, here's the tires. They're Yokohamas. There's some kind of like street track tire from what I can tell. They're in pretty good shape, and you know, running around the neighborhood, they sure do feel good. How old they are, I don't know. Do they need to be replaced? I don't know if you're going out on a track day, but they feel pretty good for running around my neighborhood. If I think of something else, I will add it to this video. Perfect, the chainsaw again. This is a great way to end. There's no surprises with this car. Whoever ends up owning it, it's going to be very happy and have a lot of fun, and some fun that I'm going to be envious of. I just can't keep it right now. Too much stuff to try and keep going, and I'm not much of a mechanic at all. And my mechanic that I use, he's been very hard to get over here lately. Enjoy. Friggin' chainsaw.